What's going on, everybody? That's my best Canadian accent I have for now. No, we are in New Mexico, an undisclosed site place in New Mexico, and we have delivered a brand new mud demon to a new customer. So Matt has came down. He brought his son Britton with him, and we've also, he took advantage of the June special. He bought 100 feet of 3-inch hose, and we, with the June special, we also had 100 foot of 3-inch hose to go along with it. So a total of 200 feet of 3-inch hose that we brought to the customer, and a brand new mud demon. This one is different than mine, and they actually brought me a brand new one too. So we'll go over the features with the updated model, the brighter LED panel, which is handy. All the grease fittings are all on the side. There's 8 of them, so everything, it can be greased on both sides of this machine instead of having to walk around and hitting all the points. It's all right here. It's all hosed in to it. So yeah, that's a new improvement, and we'll go over some more with Matt in a little bit. Also, painted steps, safety. This one has the D-rings, so you can pick it up, and that's how we're gonna have to take it off this right here. So more LED, more grease zerts, and Miss Monique is handing out burritos. I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You don't want one?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much. So they do have Hernandez on site. Looks like a 47 meter Alliance boom pump. It's a pretty cool paint scheme. It's a pretty nice looking truck. I got to meet those guys at the World of Concrete. Super nice guys. I talked to them on the phone. Hopefully they'll get a chance to come out and take a look at the mud demon. If not, I'll give them a shout out. Seemed like really nice guys. Had a good time at the Alliance party with them and visiting and talking about just pumping in general and videoing and all that fun stuff. So yeah, but
I don't have my
anyway.
Okay. So there's a serial number on the side here that shows the model L305 2024, and then the serial number.
I'll get a picture and send it to you.
Okay.
So yeah, Matt's going over the serial number plate. It's right here on the side. So, but yeah, so this is the one I have at the house that I've been using. It is different from this one. The panel is different. It's got a few more upgrades. This one, they actually put feet on the front, because that way you can disconnect and scoot the machine back with the hoses and not have to have the machine attached to the pump and be able to pump. What they had found, that the hopper was a little bit more weight without having those feet, and it tended to want to tip a little bit. It didn't take a lot to hold it back down, but anyway, they extended these feet on the bottom of it, so you can now safely disconnect from it and back the machine away from it. We will try that in a later video on one of my jobs. We'll do that. And then we'll go over some different. The water box is different, but it's got a cantilever plunger in the bottom of it, versus mine was more of a gravity. But anyway, it looks good, and so everything's really well with it. So I can't wait to get the new one out and start messing with her at my job sites. So okay.
next thing is, that's just basic functions, right? So you can hit the horn. If you're gonna stop, if you wanted the ready mix driver to stop pumping or stop filling your hopper, if you've got whatever you think space left in the hose or a full hopper, you'll get used to what that volume is. If you've got so much left, you just honk the horn to where he knows to stop filling the hopper. You're gonna pump down as far as you can, right? Especially if you're in somebody's backyard where you don't have a good place to clean out. Here, it's probably not a big deal, but that you can at least signal without having to walk up and tell somebody, right? Or if you're gonna stop and let him know to stop filling, you know, you can honk it at him as well. And he does the same to you, just like a regular pump truck. You know, if that pump operator is out on the other side of the slab, the ready mix guy is just about out and starting to spin out, he goes through and honks to let the operator know that you don't want to suck air. Air gets dangerous. You'll see the hose flip on the regular pump. On this, you'll see just the tip of the hose flip up and spit that air out. So it's everything's red. Thank you. Right?
It's not going to look like that for very much longer, I'll tell you that.
Well, if it still looks new, it's not making you money.
Exactly.
Always put your handle side down on your clamp. That way when you clamp it, the handle comes up over the top. So if you put the handle side on the bottom, then when you clamp it's over the top.
You'll do that even on hoses and stuff. You see how I rolled the top edge past the lip and had the bottom out as a lip, like a shelf. So if you're doing that over, right? If you're doing that like this, right? This lip is there, so it acts like a shelf to hold it. Okay. So that's not super tight. So you can tighten it up if you want. Okay. Right? It's pretty adjustable. So you can still spin it. It's new, it's not dirty, so it's easy as well.
They'll get grouted up some.
They will.
Yeah, don't panic, but
So basically, now is when, if you're ready to pump the trailer at the same time, that's more weight. Are you saying this?
Caesar, yeah.
It takes up the same space.
And
those are the things that
I'm a Muddyfeet concrete
guys.
oh, okay,
See that,
okay.
I gotta get the trailer down.
Okay, it's a nice plow,
I
right?
don't need to stack plywood.
Yeah, it's actually a
I don't need to stack plywood.
Oh, is it string? Oh, wow.
But
This has the same footprint. That's the nice thing is from this side to that side of the hopper, it's like, I think it's like 98 inches.
Yeah.
If you're under this one too,
Yeah, it's a very nice
it's
plow.
broadside of the trailer. So if you come to the other side where he's at, I'll show you. If you look down here, so right now it's off. So this is a pressure override. Okay. So you have to push this down. That allows the hydraulic fluid to flow through. You'll hear it or feel the hose. Yeah, that helps. So now the fluid is flowing through. This lever is forward and reverse. Okay? So that'll still allow you to pump, to clean out the pump. But what you also have to do is the volume control. And that's done from this side. And that's the thumb screw. So that's just a safety cap here. So this cap unscrews right here, and it's just a screwdriver, a thumb wheel, and you just thread it all the way down, and that's wide open, and all the way back is closed. And then that'll allow you to run it manually without any light.
So we're going over the manual valves in case your remote power or the panel quits working. So you push this down, and that kicks it on, and then this is forward and then reverse. So,
I got a stake.
and then your volume control is under that silver cap. Untwist the cap, and then you can adjust it that way.
Right? So if you do that, that guy needs to do that. So, but you're still able to run the machine manually, worst case scenario, to do that. Okay. So if your remote dies, you can still run it on here. So right now the e-stop is on, where you see you have voltage, but it doesn't do anything. Like if I click and hold the agitator, it doesn't work, it doesn't light up. Nothing's lit up on here. As soon as I turn that e-stop on, you'll see it lights up. You know you got power now. You see the gauge went calibrated itself as it goes. Now you can actually run the machine. It automatically starts in manual. So you can go reverse, push and hold. You see the incline went up to 10%. If you push, so all these buttons, you can push it all you want and it doesn't do nothing. You actually have to physically push and hold it, and it'll only climb one way, and that's it. Okay. Right? Before they reach in here to try to spray anything out. Okay. Just as a reassurance that it's not going to restart. Yes.
And sometimes you get concrete that'll mound up underneath there.
Yeah.
So you take like a little nail bar or something.
Because you're going to get concrete inside of here. You want to make sure to try to get that out. Okay. So just, and honestly, the water off the ready mix truck, it really works the best. The pressure's right, the nozzle is there. And so you'll do the best you can on this side. You'll flip it back down, stroke that S tube to the other side, and then lift it back up and do the other side. Okay. Okay.
But make sure you get on either side of that valve in those holes.
Yeah.
Because that's where you can really cause yourself some issues if you don't get that cleaned and get it re-greased.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that grout just sits in there and that valve just works back and forth. It gets that grout and starts wearing on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So
okay.
Those are pretty. There's 4 key points of washing this hopper out that you want to make sure you get clean. Either end of that valve, and then this agitator. On either end of this agitator, you'll make sure you get that good sprayed out. Okay. Before you grease it. Once you get it good and cleaned out and clean those areas, then grease it. That ensures by getting that grease in there that you push the grout out that might have still been in there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully we can get them the basics.
Yeah.
Of how to turn it on.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
that maybe another phone call couldn't help.
Yeah.
And we'll have it on video.
Yeah. Yep.
And that one, we'll get them all down and put them in
it doesn't, if it doesn't, you can run it back. So there's options of either battery toggle or cigarette lighter. So, I'll try it and see.
I ran off one of those small 12-volt batteries, but you know, if you had maybe a lawnmower or a small, you can just stick it down there
inside the toolbox too. And
yep, and you got a voltage meter there, so it'll tell you where the charge is on it.
And if it starts dropping to that 11.5, it'll start acting funny. Oh, really? Yeah. So if your battery runs low, you know what it is. I see. The low voltage will start acting funny. Okay.
You could probably get you just a solar charger.
Yeah.
When you're done.
So that's what we're discussing now is the 12-volt options. And one, you have a clamp that comes with it, and then you have an actual cigarette lighter, and it's inside, so and it works. So we look at that. I've used both. The last couple times I've actually used the 12-volt battery part, and I just keep the wires in here. But you do have two options. So if you don't have a cigarette lighter or it don't work, you can just take a battery and clamp it onto the battery. You got a voltage meter right there. So that one's reading 12.7. So if my eyes aren't failing me, so that's plenty of power. Would you say it got around 11?
11.5.
It'll start acting a little funny.
It'll start acting funny because of the low voltage.
Yeah. And basically all it's powering is just your board and the remote. So it's not like you're running a lot off of it, but. And then we have, these are outfitted with the Aircom remote, which are tried and true remote. You've seen them in all my videos basically since February. So we're hooking up to a Bobcat. The S185 is what they have. I think it's on the 05, 06 model. So
this is a screen that's on all the time. Yeah. Right? It tells you how to turn it on. Push the red, push the green, let go of the red, let go of the green. And you'll see the Mud Demon logo on the screen. It'll come up. So right now it's in manual mode. That means you can control the pump from the control panel. So if you want to run it off the remote, you push and hold the remote. Yeah. Got to turn the e-stop off. So now it turns on. Oh, great. Right. So you can, if you want, pump forward. It automatically starts at 10% to increase up to 100%. Okay. And if you hit off and pump forward again, it drops back to 10%. It'll never restart at the volume that you were at. Okay.
So now we're figuring out how to do the auxiliary where he can step out of the machine. So each machine's different. So
it's still in manual mode. So if you go to remote, if you push and hold the remote button on that side, see it now just switched. So this control is on both sides as well. This light status panel is on both sides.
So you'll be able to see it from the cockpit.
You should be able to see this even in the sunlight from a good ways away. You'll be able to see it. Right? So if we go through it and just turn it on forward, turn it off, reverse, forward, right? So here you can see it's forward and reverse. That's these two. Okay. So that's forward. Okay. Right. So now the volume is at 10%. All right. And then if you want to increase, so you hear it actually bogged a little bit. Yes. Since we don't.
All right, we've laid out 75 feet of hose. Matt's got the skid steer over here, and we're fixing to get set up, and we've done all our walkthrough. We have talked about all we're going to talk about. Now's the time to show what this thing can do. We got concrete on the way. Hopefully they bring us a pump friendly design. So if not, either way, there's going to be a lesson had in this whole deal. So, but hopefully it's a good one. It's positive. But even plugs are blessings sometimes. So we'll see. I'd add a gallon or so. Looks like it needs to be mixed up some. Looks awful rocky to me. That looks better. You want to say hi to Brother Rick?
Hey, what's up, Rick?
We're gonna make him jealous. Put you on the YouTube channel, huh? Yeah, that's the Hernandez brothers here out of Albuquerque and El Paso, Las Cruces. That's Steve. Good guys. I met them at the World of Concrete. Had a good visit with them. Enjoyed visiting with them. So, bunch of good guys. Alright, so Matt's going over the remote again because yeah, I know. It looks rough. I know. It looks rough. I knew. It's real rough. We got air in the system somehow. Here it's shifting quicker. It should start slowing down for us. Now it's starting to slow down.
No, I'm at 50 right now. Yeah. So I can just feel it come through here. It's about the time.
Is it really? Already? Still working air out, huh?
Yeah. There's still air in the hydraulics, yeah? Okay. Not check your hydraulic oil and the level of the skids here. Okay. But and right now the skid steer ain't turned up either. I slowed the throttle out. That'll change some too. But so you can go through. See, if you wanted to, you can just slow it down, like the 50. Yeah. But if that's running low flow, there won't be no change on the remote because you're only giving it even at 50% on the remote. Yeah. It's still by theoretical volume of potential. Okay. So that's still 15 gallons a minute. So that's what you're at now. 50% of the remote of that machine is going to already be 100%. So we will have an update on the remote. When you push the bottom two buttons, it will switch from low flow to high flow, so that you have better control of low volume, right? And then you can switch.
Yeah, I gotta get the item up. I gotta get the item.
Yeah. That way we can.
And you want to
Yeah, all these guys are. What do you got? You gotta ask this guy right there. Yeah.
I would have done it. I'd be like pouring those all the way. Yeah.
It's fine. There you go. I love it. Yeah. So I stopped it. Like our guys would go through and start adding dirt around it so it doesn't slough out. Or they'd save some in a wheelbarrow. Go to that one, start filling, otherwise it's just gonna slough out and you're gonna end up shoveling after. So right. When it's too loose, right. Yeah, I kind of get it though.
Oh, shoot,
That's all good.
I was out of impressed. Anthony was pumped on me. Hey, check it out.
We're gonna start getting air pretty soon.
It's okay, we fill it up. I'll make it warm.
Okay, that's fine.
Blowing out the hose mats, walking with the guy to kind of give him some pointers on how to feel for the weight.
Work on my house. I don't even do my phone stuff.
So
I haven't had time to go to the gym.
yeah,
I was pushing through corner one time, and I told the guy shut it off. The valve was broken; it wouldn't shut off. Oh, that was scary. I started grabbing clamps and popping clamps, and it still came out. And this guy over it. Oh yeah, big time. You guys too, make friends with a Remix driver so they need his water to wash out. You might have one on site.
there it is.
You bought the
Load it up in.
You bought the water. That's my water, right? But yours not bad.
That worked pretty sweet. Little Milwaukee, I like that. I bought DeWalt because I've got all DeWalt stuff, but that's not a bad deal. I think Scott Sutherland, I don't know if that's the same model, but he uses one. So, yeah, another impressive mix.
Now I'll just swing over.
So that's what we use right there.
Steve actually.
So. So pretty good mix. Pump down good. Didn't have any issue. We had a little issue at first. Somehow we got air in the hydraulics, and it was quick shifting on the S tube. It took about 30 seconds to a minute for that to work out, and you can obviously hear the shifting slow down to where, but that was, Matt caught it. That was just a sign that we somehow we either, maybe a machine, maybe a little low or hydraulic oil, and we got an air bubble in the system. We're not sure, but it all lined out and pumped just great, and everybody seems to be really, really happy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worthy?
I like it. I'm surprised. I was impressed.
Yeah. Steve and I was standing over here. We saw the mud coming down the chute. We're going, oh hell, this is pretty rough.
I was surprised. Especially the 3-inch and that little valve.
Yeah, handle it just fine.
But you're not trying to push to a 5 or 6-inch delivery system, or even a 7.
Right.
So going, starting from a 5 to a 4, there's not a lot of reduction. So
no.
We have problems with the bigger cylinders.
And when right, on the bigger pumps, it seems like with the higher pressure they separate, especially if you have like man sand or crushed material, they really push that moisture out of the line.
Exactly.
Right? And where this doesn't have that higher pressure.
Yeah. And it's also 5 to 4.
Yeah.
That's one thing that people don't learn. My dad always said, less pressure ain't more pressure. It ain't good. Because then that's
it just restricts it?
Yeah, it restricts it. You're just shoving it, trying to shove it through there.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
Higher wear points.
Oh,
yeah.
Jerry, you pretty good with it?
I'm good, man.
Impressed?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
You like it?
Yeah.
I want to see what goes on my phone.
Yeah, I know. I gotta take this in.
It'll definitely. You'll notice that the hose kick will be a little bit more.
Yeah.
You'll notice it's really working then.
So you'll do a 10-yard truck in 20 minutes. Yeah. So
Nice buddy.
yeah.
You're mucking hoses. Who wants any faster than that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take tarp off and use his water wash up quick. Use a little bit as we go. Yeah. We can put over there. Basically do a water wash part again until the sand locks. I'll show you what that is. And then basically run reverse, and then you open the hatch at the bottom.
So we're gonna get ready to wash out. We gotta get that part for them. We've talked about it, but now it's the time to do it. Is one of these clamps yours?
The Conforms one is mine.
Okay.
The water box.